Hey everyone, GMTK hosted their 6th ever GMTK Jam, and I took part in it. I wanted to make something out of my comfort zone for this one. The theme for this jam was
Roll of the Dice.
When I saw the theme for this jam, I immediately thought of the King Dice boss battle in Cuphead. I tried making a boss before for my game Hop, but that boss was really basic and not optimized. So I wanted to make making bosses another go, and this was the perfect opportunity. My game idea was that there's a boss you need to defeat, but it has 6 different phases, which is chosen by, wait for it, the roll of a dice. The idea seemed a little too far-fetched for me, and seemed daunting to make 6 different phases for the boss, since I had only ever made a boss up to 2 phases, but nonetheless, I was hyped to make my game. I had to go to school so I only had 32 hours to myself. When I got home from school, I quickly hopped on my laptop and started prototyping. After some time, I had a simple phase of a boss implemented. I worked a bit more and added a second phase. In it, the boss would follow the player around and now and then dash towards it. I was taking my time to implement the code for the boss efficiently, so in the future I could easily add as many phases as I liked with relative ease. Now, I started to work on the art. I want to have simple but good looking graphics, mainly because of the time limit, but also because I couldn't think of any boss ideas. For the boss, I accidentally created an eyeball. I added a smaller circle inside the larger one and made it follow the player with this simple code. This was day 1, and I was feeling pretty happy with what I had made. When day 2 came around, I was a little nervous. I still had 4 more phases to add, and also the much needed polish and actual gameplay loop. So I woke up a little early at 6 AM to get working. I thought that first finishing the gameplay loop would be the best call, so I implemented that. The idea was simple. At the start, a phase is chosen from the 6 options. The boss hits the player deals damage. If the health is 0, restart the game. If not, the player attacks the boss. If the health of the boss is 0, you win, else another phase is chosen. I quickly implemented the gameplay loop with it, and also added a health bar for the boss, and a gun for the player. I now worked on implementing the remaining 6 phases. With the code I'd written, this was a simple and straightforward process. I added a phase where the boss drops meteors, one where the boss shoots bullets, one where the boss's eyes drops to the floor and flings about like a ball, and lastly, a phase where the boss emits a laser. Even with the process I had, it still took me a solid 2 hours to implement, test, and tweak the phases. At the end, I was really happy with what I had. I also added a dice at the top right corner to visualize the choosing process. I also made some music using BandLab. The next 4 hours were spent in making menus, adding sounds, adding particles, and in general, polishing up the gameplay. I was extremely proud of the end result, especially because I deemed this impossible for me to pull off in 48 hours. The results haven't come out yet, but no matter the outcome, I had loads of fun making this game and learned a lot from the process. That's all for today. Bye!